Hello, this is the Watchdog. Welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Glycine GL0351 Airpilot. Let's start with the wrist check. I'm wearing this Stuxo Atlantica, and Grego's wearing my Duca V2150. Grego asked Pellimato how she was able to get away from her wicked stepmother and ugly stepsisters when she was still Cinder Pelli. She said one day her Jedi godfather showed up. Grego asked her if the Jedi godfather made her a dress so she could go to the ball and meet a prince. She said no, he put a tauntaun's head in the stepmother's bed. Let's take a look at the watch. It comes in a very nice box, a really big box here. And it also comes, I wanted to show you this too in case you missed my unboxing. It comes with a signed warranty card because Ashford is an authorized Glycine dealer. So you get the full warranty. Yes, Ashford is a gray market dealer, but they are an authorized dealer too. So some watches are gray market and some are authorized, and Glycine is authorized. So if you find a Glycine for a good price at Ashford, it's a good place to get it. And no, I do not have an affiliate link with Ashford, nor do I get any kind of commission from them. But here it is. Isn't that a nice looking watch? I've really enjoyed this watch. I've worn it quite a bit. Even when other watches probably needed to have a little bit of wrist time for the reviews, it was hard to give this one up. This is the second Glycine on my channel. Glycine is an old established Swiss brand that's been around since 1914. In 2016, they were purchased by Invicta. I'm not an Invicta hater, and I've had several on my channel, although there are quite a few Invictas that make you go WTF. But no matter how you feel about Invicta, if they did not buy Glycine in 2016, there would be no more Glycine. This Glycine Airpilot is basically a Quartz version of the more famous Glycine Airman, which was the first GMT watch, and it came out many years before the more famous Rolex GMT Master. Besides being Quartz, another difference between the Airpilot and the Airman is the Airpilot has an inner bezel that is rotated with the crown, where the Airman had an outer bezel you rotate with your fingers. They are both colored GMTs, even though they are pilot watches and should be true travelers GMTs. This watch comes in a lot of different colorways and strap options. Rather than show you every single one, here are 6 different versions. If you notice the one on the bottom middle, that is the GL0348, which is a braceleted version of this same watch. Usually, I always recommend the bracelet, but I just think pilot watches look better on a leather strap. The watch is 42.4 millimeters at the bezel, but 44.3 millimeters at the case. So this is a big watch. 52.3 millimeters lug to lug. It's only 11.1 millimeters thick though, so it's fairly thin for a big watch. Has a 22 millimeter lug width, and it tapers down to 20 at the buckle, and weighs 84 grams on the splied leather strap. The bezel is brushed and it matches the case. The brush works really nice. And this has a inner bezel. So like most GMT watches have an outer bezel that you can spin with your fingers. This one has an inner bezel, and you spin it with this second crown here. So this is how you track another time zone. So when you set it to where you want, you just go ahead and press in the crown because it's a screw down, and screw it back down. Then we have the dial. The dial has a nice sunburst effect. It's a nice deep blue. Then we have the indices, and they're painted on. They are not applied. And we also have the minute markers. And at the majors, we have batons, but at the minors, we have numerals and then little squares there. And once again, everything's painted. Then we have the Glycine name and logo printed on, and that says Airpilot on the bottom. Then we have doffing hands, minute and hour. Then we have a spear tip GMT hand. And then we have a second hand with just a red tip. It doesn't have a spear tip. The GMT hand is loomed, and the second hand is not. Then we have a date at the 3 with no date window and no cyclops. The other crown is a screw down, and it's signed. And I've noticed though, that sometimes you have an issue with that annoying minute hand jump. And it doesn't happen every time, but it happens enough to be annoying. And this is a Swiss-made movement, and you don't expect minute hand jump. Did you see that? You don't expect minute hand jump on a Swiss-made movement, but it is happening quite a bit. So you just got to be really careful when you set it. You got to hold the crown and just be really careful when you push it in. It's still kind of annoying though. This is, yes, it's a Ronda 515-24H, which is the same movement I have on my Sterling that you see in my opening title, but that's a Swiss parts assembled in Thailand movement. This one's a Swiss-made movement, so I just expect better. But the thread action's great. You don't feel a lot of resistance, pops nicely, and it catches right away when you go to screw it back down. Then we have the crystal. The crystal is a flat sapphire, and we do have AR coating because you can see there's not a lot of reflection, and that crystal looks nice. And then we have the case. The case is wonderful, has a good shape to it, nice brushwork. And then we have circular brushing up top, really good case. It's a big case, but the lugs slope down enough that it contours to the wrist. So the case is first rate. And then we have the case back. The case back is a screw down. And we have a lot of writing here. It says Glycine Airpilot. Then gives you the reference number, GL0351. And then it has an actual serial number. So that's kind of nice. Then it says water resistance 10 ATM. So you get 100 meters there. Then it says stainless steel and sapphire. And the case back's nice and thin, so it doesn't add any thickness to the case hardly. Underneath the case back is the Ronda 515-24H. This is the Swiss-made version. Ronda makes 3 different versions of this movement. You have Swiss-made, then you have Swiss parts assembled in Thailand, and then you just have Thailand parts assembled in Thailand. So you have to ask yourself, do the Swiss make a movement any better than people from Thailand? I don't know. Like I said, there's an annoying minute hand jump on this one. Not huge, but enough to be irritated about it. And once again, this is a Swiss-made watch, and you're basically getting the same movement that you get on your Sterling or my Fossil. It's just those movements were assembled in Thailand, but with the exact same parts. Then we have the strap. The strap's wonderful, really good quality leather. Then it has quick release. Then it says Glycine here, it's signed. And Cure Veritable, that's just another, that's, I think it's Swiss for genuine leather. Let me see what language that is. I don't know, apparently Cure Veritable is a French phrase for genuine leather, but I don't see the accent over the E, so maybe it's a different language. I don't know. All those Romance languages are very related. But we have quick release, and then we have a signed buckle. Then we have a nice prong. It's not floppy. Then we have 2 keepers, one fixed, one floating, and the fixed keeper is also signed. We have really good stitch work. Nice strap. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. That looks nice. That wears nice. And yes, this is a big watch, but it wears nice and flat on the wrist. I have 5 notches left on the strap, so it'll fit 8 3/4 probably. So, but I only have 3 notches going in, but in all honesty, if you're gonna go in more than 3 notches, this watch is probably too big for you. But yeah, really nice looking watch. Here's the watch on a black sailcloth strap and a deployant clasp. I think that looks nice too. In all honesty, the leather strap it came with probably should come with a deployment clasp instead. Just makes the leather last longer. And here's the watch on leather, but a little bit more tan leather than the brown leather it came on. So that looks good too. And here's the watch on an orange canvas strap. Believe it or not, that looks good too. Just this is on the lugs. This is not a double pass or single pass. Here we're on the Lume room. We're in the watch for review purposes. I could tell it had good hand lume, but I couldn't notice any lume on the dial. As we speed up the time, we see the green glow of C3 on the indices and numerals and the blue glow of BGW9 on the hands. The markers and numerals fade almost immediately and are rather poor for something boasting Swiss made on the dial. But it is the hands that matter, and these hands clearly do matter as they are still glowing strong during the rest of the test. There is no lume on the rotating inner bezel. What I like about this watch? Well, it looks and wears nice. I like the case. It's really good brushwork. I like this nice leather strap with quick release, and it's plenty long. And it has excellent hand lume. What are my gripes and groans? The index lume doesn't compare to the hands. It's not a traveler's GMT, even though it's a pilot's watch. And there is some annoying minute hand jump when you go to set it. Do I recommend this watch? Sure, this watch is a Swiss-made watch at a reasonable price that looks and wears great. I really enjoyed wearing this watch. I think it looks fantastic. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Glycine GL0351, and I will be back with an unboxing. Hopefully I'll get some stuff from AliExpress tomorrow. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this watch, I do not have an affiliate link for Ashford, but I will leave a link to them if they still have it for sale. I don't even know if they still have it for sale or not. The thing about Ashford is their inventory comes and goes. Bye.